So after becoming one of the top architecture students within my university, I noticed that I actually did things a lot differently than most students did. So in this video, I'm going to share with you 3 things I did differently that separated me from everyone else, and how you can apply these simple tricks into your student life to help you become one of the top students. So let's get straight into it. So number 1 is only design what you will see. So what do I mean by that? Well, most students think that in architecture school you have to design and flesh out the entire building and detail every single little detail, and this is extremely time consuming. Now you have to keep in mind that when you're doing an architecture project, that this building will not actually be built. So therefore, it is completely unnecessary to design the entire thing and detail every single little detail. Instead, what you should do is from the very beginning, when you get that assignment, is plan out the entire narrative from the beginning and think, what will you show from beginning to end during your crit? Because only what you show in the crit is what matters and what is important. Every other little tiny detail you got on there is not going to matter for your design at all, and you're completely wasting your time with it. So what do I mean by this? For example, I'll use this project as an example. Now this looks extremely detailed, like I've detailed the entire building, and every single floor has massive amounts of detail, and you'll see every single room might have a lot of detail by the looks of it. But in reality, I only designed each of these render shots, and I only had about 5 renders in this whole project. So from the very beginning I thought, what will this building look like from a distance? And so I would design the shape of the building to look detailed from a distance. So that's shot number 1 of the narrative. Number 2 would be the entryway. So when you go into the building, I've detailed this entrance, but only the perspective that you will see. I think the lens is about 35mm on this shot, and literally right outside that lens, the building looks completely different. It is completely undetailed. I've only detailed what you will see. And so you carry this on throughout each shot of the building and each shot of your narrative. The same thing can be applied to floor plans. If you only want to show 1 or 2 floor plans, then maybe 1 section, then only detail it within that drawing itself. You can even just make the basic floor plan in 3D with your model, get the drawing, and then just add detailed lines in it afterwards. This will save you from sitting there detailing out the entire 3D model. So to sum up that point, just remember to strategically design your narrative and what will your narrative show, and then only design what you will be showing. My next thing is fairly obvious, but goes overlooked by a lot of students actually, and it's to prioritize your sleep and on top of that, your health. Now, I'm sure a lot of you have probably heard this before, think, oh yeah, look after your mental health, it's okay to take a rest, sleep, blah, blah. That's not what I mean by this. What I'm saying is 5 hours of doing work while you're well rested is far more productive than, say, 15 hours of work while you're exhausted, fatigued, tired, and overall you'll just be depressed while you're doing work, and it's just not gonna look good and it'll show. So what you need to do is you need to start early. So you say you've got an assignment due in like 4 weeks from now. Most people think, oh, I'll start it on week 3 or even a few days before and just be completely tired and fatigued and trying to push this out. That's not how you're going to achieve becoming a top student by that. I don't think I've ever seen someone do something last minute and still become top of the paper or something. So if you get an assignment, literally start it the day you get it. But here's the thing, most people think, oh, I have to start early, this is going to take so long, I don't want to do this. All you have to do is work on it for even less than 1 hour. You can start off. You can start off small, and then the more you get used to it, you can gradually increase this. And say you get an essay to write, the next day just wake up in the morning and just go, I'll spend 30 minutes of uninterrupted time on this. Just turn off your phone, put it somewhere where you can't see it, and then work solely on that for 30 minutes. And you will find that such a short amount of time makes it seem so much easier. And once you finish that 30 minutes, you can just put it away, forget about it, and do whatever else you're gonna do. And doing that every single day is so much more efficient than trying to smash out the entire thing in a couple of nights. Now this last point is more for the people that do leave things to the last minute and you need something on the crit day to help you get that 1 step ahead. And so my third point would be to speak convincingly. So even if you're not fully confident in your project, the ability to speak convincingly and fluently and be able to persuade the audience on your project will really give you that step ahead of everyone else. Now, I know most people find crits to be very nerve-wracking and a very anxious experience, which is completely understandable as I also used to experience this. However, one thing you have to keep in mind, usually when you have your crit, you're thinking, oh no, who's watching me? My crit's not gonna be that good, or I don't want to be judged, blah blah. Just think about it. When you're watching someone else's crit, do you really give a shit about what's happening in front of you? Let's be honest, when someone else is presenting, most people are just on their phones. Maybe they'll look up for like a few seconds and then be on their phone, not really paying attention. Honestly, most people, while they're watching your crit, they're thinking about and anxious about their own one and what they're going to present. They barely even listen to what you're saying. And to be honest, most people will completely forget about your entire presentation within about 5 minutes afterwards, if not the next day. They won't even remember that you presented. So it doesn't matter how you even think you look like, because it's all pretty much mostly in your head. And just keep that in mind, that when you're presenting, everyone's going to forget about this within a few minutes anyway. So just try to speak as convincingly and persuasively as possible. Something that would help would be to put something unique in your crit, maybe something funny, something personal to you, just something small to make it stand out from the rest. Something just at least a little bit memorable, so when your tutors are marking your presentation, they'll at least have this kind of trigger in their mind that they will kind of remember something specific about your crit and made it a little bit more memorable. I've seen, some guy will like dress up in a matching like suit that matches his board. Something small like that really makes a big difference. It shows the tutors that you actually believe in your work, you care about your work, even though if you may have slacked off a bit. The seriousness that you bring on a crit day will help persuade the markers that you actually do care a lot about your work and have put effort into this. And one last thing to help yourself speak convincingly is to even record yourself speaking about your crit and just see what you sound like, and are you happy with how you sound? Are you happy with the way you talk about it? And does it sound convincing to you? Because if it doesn't sound convincing to yourself, it probably won't sound convincing to others. So that's a good exercise to do pre-crit to make sure that you get that one step ahead everyone else. So obviously that's only 3 points out of way more that I could go over, but I'll be going over that in the future of this channel. So if you'd like to see more of that, I can go ahead and subscribe and join us. But until then, thank you for watching.